It's not too bad. The only downside to that is we definitely do need the rain. We are well below average for this time of year, so we could use the rainfall. It just doesn't look like we'll have an opportunity to pick up too much this week.
All right, thanks.
So today was nice.
Not too bad. We saw the clouds fill in the afternoon, and it really kept those temperatures down. We didn't see any triple-digit readings, which is nice to have highs staying in the 90s. In fact, most of us were in the lower 90s today. Yes, I did say cool off. That's a cooler 92 and a 90 in the Savannah area. We actually topped out at 98 degrees at the airport today, so just 1 degree shy of the record, but farther to the west.
Time right now for a look at our forecast. TGIF, David.
It's nice, happy Friday for everybody else. I've got to work over the weekend, so I don't know what you're talking about. We do have some stronger storms ongoing in sections of Texas through Arkansas and even continuing up towards the Ohio River Valley. But we don't have to worry about these storms moving into our area. We'll take a look at the upper level winds that are going several miles above our heads, and that's the jet stream that's just going to carry those storms right through the Ohio River Valley. So high pressure hanging in place in the southeastern U.S., and that's going to lead to plenty of warm weather continuing for us. And we do have a hot day on tap for Sunday. So that now. So let's take a closer look at those storms in the Statesboro area. Just pushed through Statesboro, now moving into sections of Brooklet and eastern Bullock County, as well as right along the Bullock and Evans County line. We're going to continue to see these storms shift eastward, but we're also going to see some development farther to the south in sections of central Evans County and northern Tattnall counties. So these storms that are developing here, as well as this line of storms that you see pushing through Bullock County, those are capable of producing wind gusts up to 40, 50 miles per hour, as well as some dime-sized hail. So these are strong thunderstorms. They're just not warned on at this point, but they will continue sliding to the east. So we're going to see the storms in central Bullock County right now. Those will be shifting into Effingham County. So Springfield, Rincon, you should be looking for some of this to move in within the next half hour. Could also see some storms moving into the Claxton area here very shortly. And those storms will continue tracking eastward and might make it to Pembroke and northern sections of Bryan County here in the next 20 minutes or so. So if you're in the path of these storms, just stay indoors, stay away from windows. If you have any traveling to do, just put it off for these storms to move through, as we're going to continue to see this heavy rain right along the I-16 corridor for the next couple of hours, as these storms will just maintain themselves through around sunset, and then we should see things start to diminish. So most of the A cluster of strong thunderstorms has popped up in the coastal empire, and this is the cluster I'm talking about right here, extending from pretty much Pembroke over towards just to the north of Hinesville and then into sections of Tattnall County. And these storms are warned on. Severe thunderstorm warnings have been posted by the National Weather Service. That's the yellow box that you see right here, that yellow outline. Now, these storms are traveling to the southeast. They're moving at 15 to 20 miles per hour, and along this entire line of storms, we are going to see the possibility for winds in excess of 60 miles per hour, as well as some quarter-size hail. We did have pea-size hail reported in Ellabelle earlier on. So let's take a closer look at this storm right here, moving right towards the Richmond Hill area. Even Southside Savannah, you can see some of the activity on the northern end of this storm as it's tracking right along Interstate 16. So we're going to continue to see this cluster of strong storms push southeast. Hinesville, you're in the path of this storm, Midway as well. So what you need to be doing is just stay inside, get away from windows. If you have an interior room without windows, that would be the best place to ride out this storm, as it is going to be pushing through your area. We've also got another severe thunderstorm warning that includes this storm right here around the Glenville area. It's also pushing southeast, so it could be moving towards a Little Wissy here in just a little while. Now, these storms are capable of producing hail, and that's what we're looking at right here, the hail track. So here you see one of the hail cores in northern Liberty County, as well as one just to the south of Glenville. And generally looking at the possibility, at least this particular model says right around 3 inches. Now, we have temperatures at the ground right around 90, 95 degrees, so there is going to be some melting in there, but certainly a quarter to maybe even up to golf ball size hail, not out of the question for some of these stronger storms. And they are tracking to the southeast, so this one going to be pushing towards the Hinesville area right around 7 o'clock this evening. So we are going to see these storms continuing to track to the southeast. In fact, it could be a little bit faster, at least for the leading edge of that getting into Hinesville. So we're going to see these strong storms continue sliding off to the south and the east as we go through the next couple of hours. So right along the I-95 corridor, you're going to see these storms tracking into your area. So again, just stay away from windows and wait these storms out. Don't do anything outside, as they are producing quite a bit of lightning. So at 8 o'clock, Some of us going to be dealing with those storms while the rest of the area seeing partly cloudy skies. Still rather warm, 89 degrees your temperature then. Going to see temperatures staying in the 70s for most areas tonight, although some of our communities well inland could see their temperatures dropping down into the upper 60s. So these storms will continue for the next couple of hours. We could see a little bit of activity lingering into the overnight, but it's not going to have the intensity that it does right now. We've got a cold front that's pushing into the area, still well to the north, and we're just seeing little disturbances popping up ahead of that. So we're going to see these storms, as I said, continue for a couple more hours, but we will be drying out tonight, and we'll start Monday dry with that front stalling out north of the area. So hot conditions in place across much of the coastal empire and the low country, and then getting into the afternoon tomorrow, we should see storms pop up once again, generally going to be along this front and to the south. So I'm thinking right along the I-16 corridor and southward is going to be our best chance to see those thunderstorms again tomorrow. And just as is the case today, although all of us won't have to see those storms, some of them will be strong to severe once again. So 99 degrees your high for Claxton tomorrow, 99 as well for Jessup, 100 in Baxley, Alma, and Waycross. So it's going to be another hot afternoon. 95 for Savannah, 97 in Pooler, 99 for Pembroke, 87 for Tybee Island, and temperatures should be right around 90 for Hilton Head, 96 degrees your high in Beaufort. Not a bad day to go to the beach. The only problem is we will see the chance for those thunderstorms popping up late in the afternoon, so keep that in mind if you are planning on heading outdoors or doing anything outdoors tomorrow. So this hot weather is going to continue. We will see temperatures staying in the 90s throughout the week, and we've got a chance for afternoon storms pretty much every day this week. We definitely could use the rain. We're sitting about 7 inches below average for this time of year in Savannah. The only downside to it is that we could see some stronger thunderstorms in the mix.
Yes, definitely hot and dry, but not for everyone.
Well, exactly. We do need the rain, and there are those stronger thunderstorms, so I'll be here in the Weather Center and keeping an eye on things, and of course we'll have updates going to the website, WSFE.com, and Facebook as well.
Thanks, David.
Ernst is with us now, and he was there for Tybee Island's hurricane simulation. So what was the real purpose of today, David?
Well, Tina, this gave Tybee Island officials a chance to put their hurricane plan into action.
That was the purpose of this exercise, to take what was in paper and put it into practice and see what we could do to tweak it and make improvements to it.
On any normal day, this would just be an old school and extra space for the Tybee Island YMCA. But for this simulation and for an actual hurricane, it becomes the Emergency Operations Center.
We had our Emergency Operations Center set up with all our department heads.
Today's exercise was only a drill, but everyone acted as though it was the real thing.
There were some stressful situations there. There were 2 or 3 tasks going on at the same time. Nobody lost their cool. Everybody worked together.
Officials discussed everything from protecting public buildings to moving city staff and documents to the backup city hall in Dublin.
The city of Tybee Island actually evacuated 10% of their documents, of their critical files. Actually, 10% were moved from Tybee Island by trailer and by truck.
Another topic of discussion was about the evacuation route itself, Tybee Road. It's the only way on and off the island. It only takes one distracted driver on a bridge to bring smoothly flowing traffic to a standstill that can last for hours. One proposed solution? Turning traffic around so that all lanes of Tybee Road flow westbound and away from the island.
Tybee did it on paper today.
City officials urge everyone who lives on the island as well as visitors to enjoy the summer weather, but to be aware of the potential danger that comes with the summer months. Today they practiced their plan, and it's important for everyone else to do the same.
Know what you're taking with you and know where you're going.
Well, David, it sounds like they did accomplish a whole lot on Tybee Island today. Is there anything that the officials feel that they can improve upon? Well,
in talking with the mayor, city managers, the topic that came up the most was communication. The department heads all need to know what's going on. And basically, the scenario that they laid out, let's say there's a water leak somewhere on the island. If, obviously Public Works needs to know about that, but also Fire Department needs to know so they can get to different places on the island, and the folks running the evacuation itself also need to know what's going on so that they can get traffic off of the island smoothly.
Well, speaking of evacuations, David, if in fact a hurricane is headed our way, how will an evacuation be handled?
Well, usually SEMA will be the one who actually determines when we should start evacuating in Chatham County. That's the Chatham Emergency Management Agency. Now, when an involuntary evacuation is ordered for the city of Savannah itself, that's when the barrier islands usually go into a mandatory evacuation, and during the summer months that can mean as many as 10,000 to 15,000 people moving off of Tybee Island if the evacuation takes place over a weekend. Well, it was another hot afternoon, and that's going to be followed by a warm night. Temperatures still going to be in the upper 80s at 8 p.m. and we'll be sitting in the mid-70s at midnight. At the coast, temperatures still around 77 degrees then, and we'll see those overnight lows dropping into the upper 60s for inland areas with low to mid-70s closer to the coastline. As far as temperatures go right now, we have seen the sea breeze cool things off a little bit, and yes, I did say cool off. That's a cooler 92 and a 90 in the Savannah area. We actually topped out at 98 degrees at the airport today, so just 1 degree shy of the record. But farther to the west of I-95, those warmer temperatures still being had. Claxton still sitting at 99 degrees, 95 for Jessup. They actually hit 100 today, 95 in Vidalia and 98 in Alma. So this was the warmest afternoon that we have seen so far this year. We don't have any rain showers or anything like that will be moving through to cool us off for today, so we'll be staying dry tonight, and that dry weather is going to continue right on into the work week. But there are some stronger thunderstorms to be had just to our north. Severe thunderstorm watches posted for sections of North Georgia as well as the mountains of Tennessee, North Carolina, into Virginia as well. And a large storm system taking shape across the central part of the United States. Tornado watches posted from the U.S.-Canada border all the way through the midsection of the country down towards Dallas, Texas, and even a severe thunderstorm watch close to the U.S.-Mexico border. So this is a powerful storm system. There's a lot of moisture pooling along this. It's actually more humid in this area than it is in the coastal empire and low country right now, so there's a lot of energy for those storms to get going. But thankfully for us, all of the energy responsible for those storms is going to stay well away from the area. Now, we could see a little bit of patchy fog developing tonight, but other than that, skies will be mainly clear. 71 overnight in Beaufort, 69 for Ridgeland, Walterboro 68 degrees, Hampton 66. We should see temperatures dropping to right around 66 degrees for Millen, 68 Pooler, Savannah 70 degrees, 73 for your overnight low for Tybee Island. So temperatures a little bit warmer closer to the coastline, 70 for Brunswick, Darien 70 degrees, 65 in Jessup tonight, and 64 your overnight low in Baxley. So looking ahead at tomorrow, we're going to see this hot weather continue. We've got high pressure sitting in the Atlantic Ocean overnight tonight, and that high is going to stay right there going into Monday, so winds staying out of a southerly direction. This is the kind of weather pattern we typically see setting up for the summer months, so that's why it is so hot out there. We're going to see that extreme heat continuing for Monday afternoon. Now, this model does pop a few thunderstorms up with the sea breeze in the afternoon. I don't think we're really going to see that happening. There could be an isolated storm or two that tries to get going, but I don't think we'll see much of that panning out. So I wouldn't expect to have any rain rolling through here tomorrow afternoon to cool us off at all. It's going to be another hot day, and then mainly clear skies in place for tomorrow night, so another warm night for us then. As far as your high temperatures go for Monday afternoon, here's what you can expect. 98 degrees for Vidalia, Jessup as well, 98, 96 in Darien, 100 for Claxton towards Statesboro, Hinesville 99. So once again, we're going to be flirting with those temperatures around the century mark. 100 for Pembroke, 98 in Pooler, same for Savannah. The record high we're going up against tomorrow in Savannah is 97, so it does look like we could set a new record high tomorrow afternoon as this heat is going to continue. A little cooler for the coastline, 88 for Hilton Head, but 95 for Beaufort Bluffton. As you get farther away from the beaches, we're going to see those temperatures in the mid to upper 90s once again. So tonight we'll be dropping to 70 in Savannah, 64 for inland areas, and 73 along the coastline. And tomorrow afternoon, 98 Savannah, 100 for inland areas, and 87 your high at the coast. If you're thinking of taking the boat out, not too bad for that. South winds 15 knots, waves 2 to 4 feet, but those waves will be building a little bit higher later on in the afternoon as the wind picks up. So 98 for Monday afternoon, slightly cooler on Tuesday, 94 your high then, but that's still a good 5 to 10 degrees warmer than normal. Our usual high this time of year, 86. We will be well above that all week long. And not much in the way of rain chances heading this way either, just an isolated afternoon storm possible for Tuesday through Thursday. It's not until we get close to the weekend that we'll see a more significant chance for rain heading into the area.
Well, it is crazy hot out there today, and we should never see hundreds in May. That's just wrong.
The last time we actually hit 100 in Savannah was July of last year, so it has been quite a while. And we are
and I remember how
close.
bad last summer was. That's
very
not good.
close to it.
That's not good. Well, hopefully the heat wasn't quite as